Last season, I had Jeannie as my companion on my wine journey. This season's wine journey, I'll be traveling alone and heading to New Zealand, a premier New World wine country that is home to many award-winning wines. I'm really excited because I know I'll be making new friends and tasting delicious wines in New Zealand. However, the downside of an 11-hour flight without a companion is a bit lonely. But look, the airline has prepared a pillow with my name on it and my wife's name on it. Well, at least I know I'll be having sweet dreams now. Last season, we traveled to France and had a rare opportunity to tour Burgundy and Bordeaux and share with you some of the wonderful, great old classic wines from that region. This season, we have a spectacular adventure ahead of us. We're going to the South Pacific, New Zealand. Beautiful, breathtaking scenery and the fast-rising star in the winemaking world. We'll fine dine in Auckland, and we'll take you to Waiheke Island and learn how this tiny little island can produce such artisan wines. We'll also stop at Marlborough, of course, where 70% of the wine growing operations are done in this region. And finally, we'll go to Wanaka and Queenstown and view some of the most beautiful, spectacular views of all New Zealand, all by vintage planes. So sit back, pour yourself a glass of wine, and join us. Kia ora, New Zealand. My first stop is Auckland, the most populous city in New Zealand. Sky Tower is a hotspot for bungee jumping and also the home of a fine dining restaurant. From the restaurant, you can enjoy a panoramic view of Auckland stretching 80 kilometers in every direction. So this will be the ideal place to mark the beginning of my journey. I'll be meeting up with my new friend, John Belsham. And since he is a local wine consultant, he'll be the ideal teacher to give me a crash course regarding New Zealand's wines.
Hi, John.
Hi, Anthony.
It's a very fantastic day to meet you. So, you're a wine consultant here in New Zealand, and you have incredible knowledge about it. I know nothing because it's my first day.
Sure.
So, John, I had the Sauvignon Blanc on the plane. How will this wine here taste different for me?
That's a very good question because in many cases when tourists come to New Zealand, the first time that they will try New Zealand wine is actually on the flight before they arrive. So it's really important for the New Zealand wine consultants, myself and Jim Harry who do this job, it's very important for us to choose the correct profile of wines. So for wines to work in the air, it is a different atmospheric condition than on the ground. And there's two really important parts of it. One is the fact that the atmospheric pressure is lower.
Okay.
So the wines have a different aroma. The other aspect of it, which is really important, is the very low humidity in an air front. So when you taste, you actually have receptors in your nose that take all of the compounds which are currently in the glass.
I plan to follow John's recommendations so I can travel to all the important regions in New Zealand. Well, the night is still young, so let's go explore the nightlife of the Kiwis. This hotel is located right in the city center and is actually one of the original hotels in Auckland. It's evolved a lot since then, of course, and is now one of the hippest places for young Kiwis and travelers. I hear there's a lot of good things about the bar, so I'm gonna go check it out. Honestly, I have no idea what to drink, so I asked the bartender to recommend me one of his signature drinks. I don't know how it tastes yet, but the preparation process was very entertaining. Wow, great. What is this?
Grand Blue Blazer.
Grand Blue Blazer. Nice. Wow, that hits the spot perfect.
People have been recommended by tourist places, wanting to know, some of the landmarks here in Auckland, and the hotel is one of the longest standing buildings. I mean, obviously it's not the original one because that one burnt down, but it's been extensively refurbished. As you can see, they've given it an entirely new decor.
I'm at the pier now and getting ready to board the ferry to Waiheke Island. There are also other islands in New Zealand worth visiting, but Waiheke is the most popular one. Numerous wineries on Waiheke are situated in the midst of stunning sceneries. I have a feeling it's going to be a great day ahead. We're now on our way to Waiheke Island, and this little island is packed with small boutique wineries. In the past 2 decades, Waiheke Island has earned its place amongst Marlborough, Hawke's Bay and Central Otago as one of the top-tier wine-growing regions in all of New Zealand. So what caused this little island to rise to fame and earn its status amongst other famous wine regions in New Zealand? Well, we're almost there, so let's go find out. Now, traveling to Waiheke Island is very easy. You simply get on a ferry from the downtown city of Auckland, and 35 minutes later, you're here. And the beautiful part about this is you're in the city core in Auckland, and then you get to see and go on this ride on this ferry and see the beautiful waters, hundreds of little islands. And a lot of these are protected and conservation efforts. And it's really wonderful that you go from a city into beautiful nature, and now we're in paradise. Technically, region may be an overstatement. After all, the area of Waiheke Island is only less than 100 square kilometers. Wines from Waiheke are regular award winners in both domestic and international competitions. Experts have identified Waiheke's subtropical marine climate, favorable soil structure, and protective topography as the major contributing factors to Waiheke's victorious viticulture. I will be meeting up with my friend Jessie, who lives and works on the island, and she'll share with us her experiences on Waiheke Island. Well, Jessie, why exactly was wine introduced to the Waiheke Island?
It's introduced on Waiheke in 1980s by the pioneer winery such as Stony Ridge and Goldwater, and they started making wine on the island. And after that, they got international award, and then Waiheke became more famous. So it's more and more people knowing Waiheke region.
Yeah, so New Zealand is becoming like a place on the map where people can definitely take awareness of the wine. Red wines for sure, right?
Yes.
Ah, so is the red wines or the white wines better?
I think from the North Island of New Zealand is different from the South, so the climate is warmer in the North Island, so we are more famous for red wine. Yeah.
Up in the north?
Yeah.
And then in the south of New Zealand, it's more of a white wine?
Yeah, and the Pinot wine is a red wine as well, but more for white wine, for the south.
Fantastic. Do you have a favorite area here on Waiheke Island?
Yes, favorite area for the wine or for the view?
First, let's start with wine.
So I would mention like the gorgeous view would be like Marlborough, Cable Bay, and the pioneer winery would be like Goldwater, and Stony Ridge for the pioneer people.
And you live here on the island, that's correct?
Yes, in a small paradise.
In a small paradise, absolutely.
Before we head over to the vineyards and wineries, first I want to explore the town center of Waiheke Island with Jessie, and she will take us to a local wine store to try some of the wines produced on this island.
The North Island of New Zealand is really better known for their bigger, riper, richer style. And that's because the North Island is really a warmer region than the South Island. But let's start from the north, where around the Auckland area, including Waiheke Island, this is the center of where wine was first established. It of course moved quickly to the eastern coast of Hawke's Bay and Gisborne, but these are places where there's a much greater interest in red varieties versus whites. So please look out for Cabernet Sauvignon from Auckland and the Waiheke area, and as well as the Hawke's Bay region, where Gimblett Gravels is really well known for Cabernet Sauvignon. But let's not forget also Martinborough, which is at the tip of the North Island, where you find some savory, really beautiful Pinot Noirs. And the North Island is a region to discover, but not of the typical Sauvignon Blancs, but of all the other reds and the more heavier, richer styles that New Zealand is capable of producing.
So Jesse, you've taken me to this cute little wine shop here. And is this kind of the center of wine?
Yeah, it's the wine center of Waiheke, yes. And here you can taste most of the local wine from here, and especially from this amazing machine.
Oh, okay, that's great. So it's nice to see that a little shop like this is really supporting the Waiheke community, and they're all being represented here, almost all the top wineries. So what should we try?
So let's try some Waiheke Shiraz.
Waiheke Shiraz. Okay,
yeah.
What's that one? Pass the drop.
Pass the drop.
Oh, I know this winery. It's one of the most awarded wineries on Waiheke Island. Let's give it a try.
Quite fresh and vibrant.
Yeah, and the tannin structure, elegant.
So New Zealand is very well known for their Chardonnays.
New Zealand in South Island is more known for Sauvignon Blanc, but New Zealand is doing really, really good in Chardonnay as well.
Okay.
And Waiheke is a good example.
Oh, got it. Oh, yeah. Thank you. Wow, it's quite light, very fresh.
Yeah. Slightly off, but not over. A lot of citrus, floral, peachy coming through. Beautiful.
There's so many different words you can use to describe wine. I don't know them all. It must be difficult. That must be one of the hardest parts about training in wine, is knowing how to describe the wines.
The first winery I'm going to visit on the beautiful island of Waiheke is Stony Ridge. This vineyard is a world-renowned Cabernet dominant wine grower. Stony Ridge Vineyard was conceived and operated with the sole intention of making world-class Bordeaux-style wine. This classic Cabernet dominant blend is named La Rose as a tribute to the rose, the most aromatic, colorful, intense, and beautiful of all flowers. The vineyard site was chosen specifically to produce this style of wine. The gentle north-facing slopes of the vineyard are sheltered from the cold southwesterly winds by the ridge, which gives the vineyard its name. Summer temperatures regularly reach over 30 Celsius, with the highest temperatures reaching 36 Celsius. Combined with the north-facing rose and excellent viticulture, the grapes achieve perfect ripeness in normal years. The first step of making fine wines, of course, is the grapes. Grape picking is easy. You just need to be fast and make sure you don't hurt your fingers. But look at how well the girl next to me is doing. She already has a full bucket of grapes.
Well, your bucket is quite full. Mine's just got a little bit of grapes, so that's a little bit embarrassing. No, I'll go earn my own, yeah.
That's all right. I've been here since this morning.
Oh, did you? Okay. All right, we're going to continue on.
Yeah, I love wine, and I really like to get back to the
So the technique is you grab the grapes down by the bottom, use the snips, hit up near the top of the stem. You want to be fast and quick because the production here is quite important. You don't want to be lazy, and I don't want to fall behind. But some of these are actually kind of a little bit difficult to get at. And I'm sure you get squirted with grape juice all the time. Actually, they're very tasty. Oh, so I guess one of the benefits, if you get a little bit hungry, you can snack on some grapes. And of course, you got to move fast, like I said. Make sure not to lose any of your fingers along the way.
Okay, obviously I'm not good at grape picking. I should just stick to trying to be a good host. Stephen White, the owner of the vineyard, will show us around. He is passionate about wines and was able to locate this site in New Zealand where Bordeaux grape varieties could ripen to perfection.
So Stephen, what have you got here for us?
This is our flagship wine. This is the Stony Ridge La Rose.
Okay, I've heard of this before, yes.
Yeah, it's been regarded as the top red wine in the country, certainly the top Bordeaux blend in the country for like 25 years.
Oh, you're serious? Wow, that's some serious accolades. Wow.
Yeah, it really is a beauty.
Give that a go, have a little pour.
I think we should have a little taste of it. This wine is guaranteed to make you more intelligent, more healthy.
Smile forever.
Indeed.
Cheers.
Good health. It's a wine of great complexity. The vineyard here is very, very hot and sunny for New Zealand. We get a lot of protection from the cloud and the rain that comes in from the west. High hours of sunshine, and the vineyard slopes beautifully into the sun.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Were you, I heard, one of the very first to find Waiheke as a growing land for grapes?
Yeah, I was. I was the first viticulturalist to research climate and choose to come here to plant grapes.
Oh, wow, okay.
Specifically to plant Cabernet Sauvignon in the Bordeaux style.
Bordeaux blends.
And that was a decision which I'm really glad I made.
Yes, of course.
You know, all those years ago.
When was that?
I bought the land in November '81.
Okay.
And it was very cheap. The land didn't have much value then because farming wasn't very viable.
People didn't see the potential.
No.
And you were the first one to find it.
I was the first one to go, wow, this is going to work.
So being first to the marketplace, in this case. So for someone who's maybe very Bordeaux-based wine enthusiast, this would be a great way to open up their minds and their eyes to tasting some of Stony Ridge Bordeaux features, right?
Yeah, I think it is. It's a great way for, exactly to say, people who love Bordeaux wines to actually sort of perhaps ambush their friends in blind tastings, because we regularly get picked as being a Bordeaux first growth. If they don't know that there's a New Zealand wine in the tasting, they go.
By the experts?
Yeah.
Wow, that's truly impressive that you can have to fool some of the experts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
The key factor to making great wines is the winemaker. Meet Martin Pickering. He's a typical Kiwi, friendly, tough, open-minded. Let's see if his character is reflected in his wines.
So Waiheke is so good for growing grapes because we're a maritime climate, so we get surrounded by sea, which keeps the temperatures nice and even, so we don't get too hot in the maximum temperatures and we don't get very cold in minimum temperatures. Stony Ridge is also mostly facing due north, so when we're facing due north we're getting the maximum heat out of the sun, and that's very important for when you're ripening Cabernet Sauvignon, which is a very late ripening variety, so you need to maximise the heat from the season. In New Zealand, we've got a different attitude to making wine. We don't have the tradition of Europe or the old world. Everything we do in New Zealand, we don't have any rules or regulations on what we can do. We're very, very open to new ideas and new technologies, and we just seem to be quite ready to give anything a go, and we're very, very adventurous as a nation, and we do a lot of Kiwis do a lot of travelling, and we see different things from all over the world, and we bring these experiences home, and we can choose from the different experiences we get which ways work better and which ways don't work. So we're a very, very young nation, but we punch well above our weight, I think.
Bonjour, c'est Nicolas. Bienvenue dans mon monde, dans mon univers. Aujourd'hui, today, I'm going to introduce a recipe of the black fig salad. Very simple dish again. Black figs coming from the south of France. Faisselle cheese. Faisselle cheese is something very fresh cheese, especially in this season. Then you have beautiful walnut and some picagori vinegar. Add to the salad to give some peps of the salad. So very simple again. You just chop it up in a few quarters of the black figs. Then you have a few small spoons of the faisselle cheese, very natural like this. You chop it up some walnut to give the crispiness. And then you have this picagori vinegar, so actually cherry vinegars. You put it some few drops there, a bit of mixed leaves, and there we go. You have a beautiful salad for the autumn season. And then, of course, to pair with this beautiful salad, this time again back in around Bordeaux region, you can drink a pomme roll or medoc wine, so red wine.